Okay, so some people have been asking about bed work. So if you are not familiar with the Yamuna bed work, um, there are several really special components to it. The first one is that it's very passive. So unlike some of the more assertive rolling that we do where we're actively rolling, down a muscle, the bed work is a lot more quiet and a lot more still. So there's really not a lot of rolling per se involved. It's more of sort of placing the ball in a spot and then letting everything sink and melt down into that. And really waiting, listening, sometimes even maybe falling asleep. Yamana calls the bed work the art of non-doing, which I absolutely love. That is what it is. It is non-doing. It is allowing. It is facilitating. It is experiencing, observing, embodying, but it's not really actively doing. And that is a art, I think, more than a science. So it's a skill that you can hone. And I'm going to show you a few things today that will give you ideas of how to play. So the other great thing about the bed work, one of the other special components, is that it uses gravity. So gravity becomes the assist for you. So instead of having a practitioner press down on a particular area, you hang parts of your body off the bed so that gravity can gently traction it out. So this is great for the hips and shoulders, especially. We can do other areas as well, elbows, knees, etc. So I'm just going to show you a few ideas. I'm not going to walk you through any specific routine today, and rather this is going to be more about here's how you can play. Here are some things to inspire you. So you can use, usually with the bed work, we use the smaller black balls. Actually, I wouldn't say usually. Sometimes we use the smaller black balls and sometimes we use the larger balls. So I'm going to show you a couple of things you can do with both. So grab a black Yamuna ball and a pearl or a gold. And I'm actually going to start by showing you some things with the bigger ball. So, of course, the classic that I always talk about so often, the whole shoulder reset is placing the ball in the armpit, lining it up with the edge of the bed, allowing your arm to hang over into the airspace. So you can do this anytime, you can do it often, and it will help with neck pain, jaw pain, shoulder pain, back pain, etc. We always do both sides, of course. Other ideas for things that you can do. You can change your position and still work the shoulder, but from the front. So you might put the ball in the front of the shoulder joint, hang the arm over, stay like this for a good 5-10 minutes, just letting the arm grow and find space in the shoulder joint and lengthen out and stop contracting and relax and melt. You can also do a very similar thing in the front of the hip. So you could place the ball in the groin area, bring that knee up to about 90 degrees, let the leg hang off the side of the bed. Again, over the period of time and deep breathing, your leg will start to lengthen. You will start to feel space here in the hip joint. You will also start to feel space in the SI joint. That leg has the opportunity now to lengthen out and hang down. You can do similar things at the back. This is when the black ball can come in handy. So you might place the black ball somewhere at the scap or between the scap and spine, sort of on the edge there of your bed. Lie down, let your arm hang off. Feel that opening on that whole side of the rib cage. Feel that shoulder wrapping back and down. Gravity is your assist, right? Gravity is taking your arm down, just like the hip and the front. You can do the hip and the back in the same way. I just did this in class yesterday. Place the ball somewhere in the back of the hip joint, let the leg hang, enjoy this amazing hip flexor stretch at the same time that you're getting this deep hip work. You can also work in your neck on the bed, similar to how we do the ball in the armpit. You can place the ball on the side of the neck, on the edge. Let yourself start to hang down over the ball. These are just a few examples, and this is gravity specific. So there's also very passive things you can do where you're simply lying in bed with maybe two black balls at your sacrum, or maybe a little wider at your hip joints. And say you just got into bed and you're trying to sort of slough off the stress of the day. This is a great low back release, great for the hips, great for the pelvic floor. And you could just sort of start to doze off like this. If you fall asleep while you have the balls in place, when you wake up, you just move them out of the way. They may roll off your bed in the middle of the night and wake you up. So again, these are just ideas. These are ways that you can play. You really cannot hurt or injure yourself with this work. So feel free to have at it and let me know how it goes. Always do both sides.